Hi, I'm Anna. You know how they say wedding planning brings out the worst in people? Well, let me tell you about the day I discovered just how far my own mother would go to sabotage my happiness. Not that I was completely shocked. Mom has always had a strange obsession with making my younger sister, Mia, the center of attention. But burning my wedding dress? That was a new low, even for her. Let me back up a bit. I was engaged to the most amazing guy, James, and together we were planning our dream wedding. Everything was falling into place. My best friend Ashley was my rock, total maid of honor material, and James's mom, Diana, was an absolute angel who treated me like her own daughter. My own mother, Helen, on the other hand, well, she had her own priorities as you're about to see. Have you seen how your sister's been moping around? Mom asked, cornering me during a cake tasting. She just broke up with her boyfriend, and all this wedding stuff is making her feel worse. I sighed. Mom, I'm sorry Mia's hurting, but this is my wedding. You've always been so selfish, Anna, she snapped. Would it kill you to let your sister feel more involved? More involved? Mia was already a bridesmaid, even though she'd skipped half the fittings and complained about the dress color not suiting her model complexion. Yes, she'd done some catalog work years ago, and no, she never let anyone forget it. Still, I brushed it off as typical mom drama, until Ashley noticed something odd at my final dress fitting. Hey, she said, lowering her voice. Why does your mom keep taking pictures of the alteration tags? Isn't that weird? I shrugged, chalking it up to overthinking. But then Diana pulled me aside at the rehearsal venue. Helen called the coordinator, she said carefully. She's trying to move Mia to the head table, in your spot. That should have been my wake-up call. But nothing could have prepared me for what I discovered 3 nights before the wedding. I couldn't sleep, stressed about last-minute details, so I decided to swing by my parents' house to grab my wedding dress. Mom had insisted on storing it there, claiming her climate-controlled closet was better than my apartment. As I pulled into the driveway around midnight, I noticed a flickering light in the backyard. Curious and uneasy, I crept toward the garden gate. That's when I heard her voice. It's handled, Mia, Mom said. That dress was all wrong anyway. Too classic, too plain. Once it's gone, Anna will have no choice but to wear the one we picked. I peeked through the gate, my heart pounding. There, standing over a metal trash can, was my mother, feeding pieces of delicate white lace into the flames. My wedding dress. The one I'd spent months searching for. The one that brought me to tears of joy when I found it, was now a pile of ashes. Mama's taking care of everything, sweetheart, she continued laughing. When Anna walks in wearing that boring backup dress and you make your grand entrance in the gown we found, trust me, no one will even remember she's the bride. I froze. My mother was destroying my dress while Mia listened on speakerphone, both of them laughing as they plotted to make my wedding into Mia's show. The photographer's already been paid extra to focus on you, Mom added. And with the seating changes and the toast we wrote, this wedding is going to be your moment to shine, darling. It's what you deserve. In that instant, something inside me snapped. The dutiful daughter who always forgave, always kept the peace. She went up in flames with that dress. If they wanted a show, fine, but it wouldn't be the one they were expecting. I didn't wait for dawn. As soon as I got back to my car, I called Ashley and Diana for an emergency meeting. By 1 a.m., we were huddled in Diana's kitchen, my hands still smelling of smoke and betrayal. I have the whole thing on video. My hands trembled as I hit play on the recording. The sound of my mother's voice plotting over the flames filled Diana's kitchen. I started filming the second I saw the fire, I said, my voice shaking. Diana's expression morphed from shock to fierce determination. That's not just cruel, that's criminal. Property destruction, harassment. Her jaw tightened. Wait until you hear what Emma just sent me. Ashley held up her phone. Your wedding planner's been trying to reach you all day. I leaned closer as Ashley opened a series of screenshots. They read like a horror story. Dozens of unauthorized changes to the wedding plans, every single one traced back to Mom's email and phone number. Your mom tried to switch the venue last week. Emma's voice crackled over the speakerphone. When I refused, she threatened to report me to the Better Business Bureau. Then yesterday, Mia called pretending to be you, trying to change the bridesmaid dress order. Classic Mia, I muttered bitterly. Remember my college graduation? She accidentally spilled red wine on my white dress minutes before the ceremony. Mom made me give Mia my backup dress because, and I quote, at least someone should look nice in the photos. Ashley snorted. Or your first art show? Your mom told everyone Mia was the real artist and you were just helping with her vision. Diana scrolled through her phone, her face darkening. Look at this, she said, turning the screen to show us. Mia had been posting hints on Instagram for weeks. Pictures of her in a stunning white designer gown with captions like, "Preview of the wedding look that's going to steal the show." That's not even the worst of it, Emma said grimly. They've been calling all your vendors, changing delivery dates and orders. I found an email thread. They're having the flowers and decorations sent to your parents' house instead of the venue. They plan to hold everything hostage unless you agree to their terms. The more we uncovered, the worse it got. Guest list additions we'd never approved, reception music swapped out for Mia's modeling playlist, and seating charts completely rearranged. James's family had been relegated to the back while Mia's friends were given prime spots. Then Ashley pulled up a file she recovered from an old phone Mia and I had shared years ago. Dozens of deleted texts. Look at this, she said. Years of them plotting, undermining, sabotaging, every achievement, every milestone. They were there in the shadows, trying to dim your light. Diana's voice was steel. We're not letting them get away with this. She turned to Emma. How quickly can we set up a new venue? But an idea had already formed in my mind. I looked up, a slow smile spreading across my face. No, I said. We're keeping everything exactly as it is. They want to put on a show. Let's give them an audience they'll never forget. Ashley's eyes lit up. Why are you thinking? The rehearsal dinner, I said. Mom and Mia think they've set me up for humiliation. But every change they've made plays right into our hands. The pieces were falling into place. Emma spread the contracts across Diana's dining table. They think they hold all the power because they've hijacked the vendors and arrangements, she said. And that's exactly what we'll use against them, I finished. I held up my phone, showing Mom's latest text. Don't worry, sweetie. I've handled everything with the rehearsal dinner. Just show up and trust me. Ashley smirked. Oh, she's handled it all right. Emma nodded. Every unauthorized change, every call, every email, I've documented all of it. The venue's security team is on board, and they'll be monitoring the entrances the second Mia shows up in that white dress. Speaking of dresses, I said, grinning. Mom thinks she destroyed my only option. She has no idea, Diana, and I picked up my real dress weeks ago. Emma gestured to the seating chart. I kept their version, but with a twist. All the strategic tables are now filled with people who've seen their stunts firsthand. People ready to speak up when things go south. Ashley chimed in, and my assistant's making sure the tables are mic'd up for the rehearsal dinner. Every word will be caught on tape. The videographer's been briefed, Diana added. He'll be capturing everything from multiple angles. This is going to be better than any reality show. Emma leaned forward. What about the backup dress they picked? The one they think you'll have to wear? Oh, that's my favorite part. I pulled up a boutique's website on my phone. See this dress they chose? The plain one they think will make me look basic? It's actually a knockoff. The photos are stolen from a designer's site. The whole store is a scam, and I've got proof. Ashley laughed. So when Mia shows up in her white designer dress, I said, a sly grin forming, she'll be standing right next to proof that Mom bought me a fake. I paused for effect. And the cherry on top. I've invited a reporter from Fashion Expose, the blog Mia's been dying to get featured on. They just ran a huge expose on counterfeit wedding dresses. The room erupted into quiet laughter, Ashley leaning back in her chair with a satisfied smirk. We ran through the plan one final time. Every detail was in place. The fake seating chart that strategically positioned our witnesses, the accidentally unlocked side door we knew Mom would use to sneak in, the backup cameras hidden in flower arrangements, and the piece de resistance, evidence lined up to blow their scheme wide open. Emma held up a hand, her expression serious. Remember, she cautioned, we have to let them think they're in control until the very last moment. I glanced down at the burnt scraps of lace I'd salvaged from Mom's trash can, a pang of emotion washing over me. They destroyed my dream dress, thinking it would break me. Instead, they handed me the perfect way to expose them. They've been rehearsing this performance their whole lives, I said, standing taller. It's time to give them the audience they deserve. The rehearsal dinner was packed. Mom had gone overboard, inviting far more people than we'd planned. Perfect. Every single witness we needed was there, from Dad's business partners to Mia's modeling contacts. Everything's ready, sweetheart. Mom cooed, her smile saccharine as she guided me to a seat tucked away at the back, just as she'd arranged. Right on cue, the lights dimmed. Mom grabbed the microphone, her grin widening. Before we start, my youngest daughter has a special surprise for everyone. That was our signal. The projector flickered to life, but instead of Mia's planned slideshow, security footage filled the screen. Gasps rippled through the crowd as the first clip played. Mom, standing over the trash can, feeding my wedding dress into the flames. The audio was crystal clear. It's handled, Mia. That dress was all wrong anyway. The video transitioned seamlessly to phone recordings of their scheming. Mom threatening vendors, Mia laughing about ruining my wedding, and text messages detailing every manipulation and sabotage attempt. What is this? Mom stammered, her voice cracking as the footage continued to roll. This? I stood up, holding the charred remnants of my dress for everyone to see. This is your production. You wanted to put on a show, remember? Right on schedule, Mia burst into the room in her white designer gown, the picture of confidence, until her eyes locked on the screen. Her face paled as the crowd turned to stare at her. Helen. Dad's voice sliced through the silence, sharp and demanding. Tell me this isn't real. It was chaos. The reporter from Fashion Exposa was already furiously scribbling notes, her phone camera discreetly recording everything. Emma stepped forward, laying out the documentation. Every altered contract, every fraudulent email, every dirty trick they pulled. Diana presented her trump card, the proof that the boutique where Mom and Mia had purchased my backup dress was a known scam selling counterfeit gowns. And then James stood, his hand firmly on my shoulder. You've done enough damage, he said, his voice steady and resolute. This is over. In that moment, looking around the room, I realized I had everything I needed. My new family, true friends, and the unwavering love of my fiancé. Sometimes the happy ending isn't about forgiveness.